We're beginning this morning with a look ahead to the new year, drawing on the events of the year gone by. What's next is the question we pose to CBS News correspondents on assignment around the world. To begin, here's Chip Reid, who's with the president in South Florida.
President Trump has made no secret of the fact that fixing the nation's infrastructure is now at the top of his agenda.
People want it, Republicans and Democrats. We're going to have tremendous Democrat support on infrastructure.
If only it were that simple. In fact, the two parties are far apart. Democrats want a $1 trillion government-financed program, but the president wants only 1/5 of that, $200 billion. He thinks the business community, working with state and local governments, can make up the difference. Finding compromise in an election year won't be easy. Tomorrow, the president will leave his vacation home here in Florida, and next weekend he'll head to the presidential retreat at Camp David, where he and Republican leaders will draw up the legislative agenda for 2018.
We are the immigrants!
It's sure to include the Dreamers, nearly 800,000 immigrants who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children and are hoping to stay here permanently. The president has made his sympathies clear.
I have a love for these people, and hopefully now Congress will be able to help them and do it properly.
But in exchange, he's demanding funding for the wall on the Mexican border, setting up another political battle with Democrats. And don't forget the elephant in the room, not to mention the donkey, the November midterm elections. Karen Tumulty, national political correspondent for The Washington Post, says it could be rough sailing for the Republicans.
They're heading into a pretty stiff headwind. Donald Trump goes into it with a particular challenge in that his approval rating is lower than any president we've seen at this point in his term since polling began.
Some Republicans have warned that the party could lose control of one or even both houses of Congress.
There is absolutely no collusion.
And then there's the wild card, the investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election, and whether the Trump campaign played a role.
The president has been very eager to see this investigation conclude quickly. His lawyers have been promising him that it would.
But special counsel Robert Mueller has obtained 2 guilty pleas and 2 indictments, and the betting in Washington is that there's more to come.